setting up the throw on first down.
Boy, no.
Wow.
But it's incomplete.
This is surprising you face that partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
And his percentage completion-wise way up, but not that time. Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Herbert.
Lucky.
And he's pulled
Yeah,
in
yeah.
here just outside of the 20.
That was lucky.
Running on first down, Eckler. And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Escaping the pressure right.
What? Oh, my bad.
Put that away. I threw that away.
He's taken
I didn't think you would
This
have.
was about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
Touchdown. Touchdown. Yeah, on purpose.
He blocked it. Oh, I scored 2-point winner and then he got it up.
Oh, I thought you fumbled that.
You don't get it. The risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling.
There he goes, right side.
Oh, that's just what is doing that corner with you? They're blocking it. It's insane,
The
man.
2nd touchdown of the night.
Crazy.
And the Dolphins have cut the lead back down to 2.
I don't know what to do. I need this too, boy. Damn.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left.
Yes! Yes! I slid in there.
Oh, God.
Yes!
Punches in the 2-point conversion
Yes!
for good
That
measure.
game, you gotta get on your
That's it.
So a tie ball game here as the kicks away. And no return.
Oh, which one was it?
Catch a
Ooh, yes, it was a
Yeah, that's not a fair kick.
Los Angeles returns to the field. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Play action. It's Herbert.
I was watching
He's got it to Everett. And he gets us just shy of the 40 down at the 39. Off the play fake to Eckler. It's Herbert.
Oh, my gosh.
He's gonna
Oh, my gosh.
flip over the middle.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
What did it make? What kind of?
61 yards. And the Chargers
What kind?
move down in front here in the final minute of the third quarter. Point after here coming up. And
Good.
they'll take a 7-point lead. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Speedster Raheem Mostert and the rest of this offense out. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone.
Tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
Yeah, it's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now a give to Mostert running right, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On third down, here comes Mostert, and he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. Here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th.
Let's go now.
Fourth down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. Throwing quickly, and Herbert completes it. Touchdown, Chargers! Keenan Allen with a touchdown reception from Justin Herbert. And the Chargers have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. Point after try forthcoming. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Now for the point after. And the lead is up to 14. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was Keenan Allen who finished it all off with the touchdown reception. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From the 6. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over. Charles, you remember their last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it, but you understand why they did in this close game late. Now, though, the road back is even tougher.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And it was fair to look back and say the 4th down was a moment where this one was decided. But as you mentioned, understandable about why they went for it. But, hey, a lot of credit to the guys on the defensive side of the ball. They knew they'd have to defend in that situation, and they got it done.
From the 27, Tua. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll run right side with Mostert. And some room to maneuver. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert, 43 yards. And the Dolphins have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. 42. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to be set up in excellent field position up past the 45.
And that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He's got a man, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Herbert operating from the red zone, out to his left. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Hardly any time taken off the clock there. 2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And here comes Raheem Mostert in the Miami offense. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he's got room. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A run with Mostert up the middle. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. That's out to Hill, right side complete. They're trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line. They knew they had the free play after the penalty. They get great yardage, so they can decline that penalty.
And one of the things we've seen develop more and more in recent years, our team seek.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert able to take it in from a yard out. And the Dolphins have got it back to within a score. Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Dolphins 49.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fields it right around the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see him take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. I'm surprised with the lead in a one-score game this late. They're even putting the ball in the air in that situation.
Almost makes me feel like the head coach might be second-guessing himself and not clicking on and saying, all we're doing is running it here. But give credit to the guys on defense. They made a play that they absolutely had to have to give themselves a chance to be in this game.
Second down. Here's Mostert again. And some room to run now. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert, 37 yards. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Herbert to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown. And they broke it our tie here in the Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. From the 10. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Miami.
One of the most exciting plays in football. A kickoff return for a touchdown. And in all the excitement, let's not lose sight of the fact that now the pressure shifts to that snapper, holder, and kicker. This extra point is really important.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. And the Chargers coming out of the field now. They, of course, tie game, would like to avoid overtime if they could.
And a lot of people would go ahead and play it safe here and get to overtime and try and win it there. But, you know, sitting up here in the booth,
take some gambles.
Say, let's go for this thing, try and push it, and maybe catch the defense back on their heels a bit.
See if they do that. Herbert. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Throwing Herbert. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They just likely won this thing in regulation. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with what will almost certainly be the game-winning score as the lead is 7 here in the final moments. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's into the end zone. Unbelievable. A defensive collapse on the final play, and Charles, they can tie it with a PAT.
I cannot believe that.
Now for the all-critical extra point. And he's got it. No problems there. The extra point up and good, and we are headed to overtime. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So 4 quarters couldn't settle the winner, and now the Chargers going to get the first opportunity here at OT as the kick is away. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. All set up for him right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They got you.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. One team squandered opportunity. It's another team's chance to win this thing. They forced that clutch turnover. And it's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Steps away to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Another try after the first down sack. Herbert buying time to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on third down. Herbert off of play action. Being chased out left. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a fourth down.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big third down play, and he did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big fourth down call.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. On fourth down, Herbert steps away. Throw left side, take it in by McKinney. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Now Herbert off the bootleg, rolling to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. And a big loss here as he's taken down. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive.
It's now third down.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Oh, and it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. So that is now 3 turnovers on 3 drives here in overtime. Charles, you can look at this and say, boy, these offenses are sputtering, but these defenses right now are making big plays.
They certainly are. And if I'm the quarterback right now trotting out my offense here, I'm treating it like a pitcher. Hey, get me a new football in here. That other one wasn't working real well. I want one that we're not going to have a turnover with. I want a chance to win this game.
Once again, it's Mostert. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that's going to bring up a third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Tagovailoa. That's caught by Wilson, and he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now Tua. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.